Hi there, and welcome to Neophyte.tv, the technology review with 2 points of view. My name is Tiffany Young.
And I'm Ben Friedman. And every Monday, we present you with 2 unique points of view on some of the latest gadgets, technology, and websites.
Don't forget to visit our website at www.neo-fyte.tv. You can email questions or send us an audio voice link, and you can subscribe to our podcast as well.
This week, we're going to be taking a look at some ultra-cool laptop cases from Radtech, the Zappy 3 electric scooter, the system maintenance software, System Mechanic 6, and we'll answer some of the email that you sent to us this week.
But first, let's take a look at the news making headlines this week. Hewlett-Packard this week launched a notebook PC designed to tap into the fast-growing small and medium business market. The HP Compact NX 6325 comes with an AMD dual-core Turon 64 processor, an optional 11-hour battery, and a 7-in-1 media card reader. Customers can also buy a docking station that has its own 160-gigabyte hard drive. By hosting its own storage, this docking station can back up the data on the notebook, run an optical drive and 8 USB ports, and act as a shared network drive.
Users looking for pocket-sized storage devices for digital photos, files, songs, and other data should see 16-gigabyte USB flash drives out by the end of the year. M Systems is already showing off scores of 8-gigabyte disk-on-key USB drives at its booth at the Computex IT show. The company said doubling the amount of storage on these drives by the end of the year shouldn't be a problem. There are also a growing number of devices the size of business cards or passports that can hold far more data than a disk-on-key.
Net2Phone has sued eBay, which owns Skype, alleging that they infringed on a patent it obtained in 2000 and seeking a permanent injunction as well as an unspecified monetary compensation. Net2Phone and Skype compete in the voice-over Internet Protocol market. They provide services that let users talk to each other via the Internet using either PCs or telephones. eBay bought Skype last year for a hefty price, but eBay contends that VoIP is a key ingredient for its online marketplace, a service that will significantly improve the communication between buyers and sellers.
Hewlett-Packard has recalled more than 500,000 digital cameras, citing the risk of a fire hazard from an overheated battery. HP learned of the problem when a customer complained that his PhotoSmart R707 digital camera had caught fire while plugged into its docking station. The problem is caused by a mistake in the camera's firmware that kicks in when the device is plugged into an AC adapter or docking station and attempts to charge non-rechargeable batteries. HP has issued a repair patch that customers can download from their website.
Acer will launch a laptop computer with an HD DVD drive later this month. HD DVD is one of the 2 new optical disc formats vying to replace DVD for high-definition content. The discs are the same size as current DVDs, but hold several times more information, so it can accommodate the larger high-definition files. The laptop will be a new model in Acer's high-end Aspire 9800 range and will feature an impressive 20.1-inch LCD screen. The downside to using such a large panel is that the computer's overall weight is more than 17 pounds, which is several times that of a standard laptop.
After months of limited testing, Microsoft this week made a beta version of Windows Vista publicly available for download. While Microsoft hopes millions of tech enthusiasts will kick the tires on the new operating system, they're still cautioning that Vista is not ready for the average consumer, pitching the CPP as suited for developers and tech workers, as well as hardcore enthusiasts who have a spare machine for testing. People can either download the software from Microsoft's website or pay a small fee to get it on DVD. 24hourstaff.com's affordable, cutting-edge technology allows you to get customers and deliver truly remarkable customer service 24 hours a day.
Our advice is simple. You have 24 hours a day to grow your business. Act like it.
Call systems, messaging, operator, faxing, your own toll-free number.
So go 24/7 and use our affordable technology to grow your business.
24hourstaff.com.
Hi there, and welcome back to Neophyte.tv. You know, I know this is something that you don't know about me yet, since we've only worked together for a short time, but
What's coming?
I have a fetish. I'm sure you have fetishes too. Everyone has their own little fetishes out there and stuff, and you don't need to email them to us. That's okay. My particular fetish is bags.
Oh, I should have guessed. I've seen you with
bags. Yes, laptop bags.
I see Ben with a different bag every time I see him. I don't know.
I own probably a dozen different bags, laptop bags, backpacks, all kinds of, and I always see one in the store and I think, boy, that's a really cool bag.
Right.
That's going to hold my gear really well.
Right.
And so I pick it up, and I also will not throw a bag away. This week, one of the websites that we had to review was a company called Radtech. And they make not just bags, but they do make very cool bags and laptop cases, and they sent us a few, and I wanted to show you a couple of them right now. And this is, first of all, this is now my new favorite backpack. So this is a backpack sent to us. Now, do you wear backpacks? I guess backpacks are more of a guy thing?
In college, I wore backpacks, but now I don't so much. I carry briefcases more these days.
I love this backpack. And I got to tell you, this is kind of what I've been wearing lately. It's got a big compartment for your laptop in there, smaller compartment for masses of other gear, clothes, whatever you want. This is the interior, or the front here. If you can take a look, it's got pouches for your cell phone, pouches for your different gadgets and iPods and what have you. And then on the front, it's very well padded. Let's see if I can have a look here. You can see there's these large pads on here, the two straps here. It also has like this waist strap and this chest strap. And I find that even though I'm like, not a mountain climbing guy, it makes you feel like a mountain climbing guy or something. Because
you're all sported out.
How much weight do you need to have to really use this like waist strap?
You should have been with me during my last year of college.
Yeah, did you put the waist strap on all the time?
I had so many books to carry. I was carrying 21 credit hours my last, and yes, actually I had a backpack that had a waist strap. It was helpful.
A backpack with a waist strap. And this one has a waist strap and a chest strap. Let me ask you, as a woman. These chest straps that go, across your strap, would you find that uncomfortable?
Across the chest?
It goes across the chest.
I've never used a strap that's gone across my chest. I've used the waist part, but I've never used the chest strap, maybe for obvious reasons.
Not going there. Touching that. Well, I wouldn't use that myself, but it does have this nice thick padding on here.
Right. That is nice. I was looking at this, too. It does have the nice padding on the back, which lightens your load a little bit, at least,
Yeah.
But I was wondering, where do you put your cell phone?
Well, this is, okay, so if you have to find flaw with one thing, is there are no pockets. I like to have a cell phone pocket on the front
If you
strap.
have to find flaw, like assuming I'm looking for flaw, right?
If you have to actually look for and dig for a flaw somewhere down in here, it would be nice if you have to have a cell phone strap. And the other thing that I would complain about, I can find something to complain about on this case, is these D-rings are plastic. And I've had these break on me when I've put like a water bottle on a carabiner.
What kind of water bottle are you trying to put on here, though?
Well, a water bottle full of water, not like a gallon or anything, but then I'm riding down on my bike or something, and these will break, these can crack.
Okay.
Actually, now that you mention it, the last time that happened, I think it was up in Canada, and it was like very cold, and it might have been that it was really cold that it cracked it. I think it was below freezing.
Hey, now, only one time it's cracked on you?
Just once.
But one experience,
But because of that, once cracked, twice shy.
Right.
So I always look for metal D-rings on these things now.
Right. So you're saying metal D-rings and cell phone pocket in front.
Metal D-rings and a cell phone. Okay, Radtech, metal D-rings, cell phone pocket. Now, let's take a look at the next one they sent to us, which is this laptop messenger bag type case. This is from a company they do business with called Textile. Very cool little play on words. Textile.
I like the colors.
It's very hip, very retro. And this is one of these, one that the idea is that you leave the laptop in the case. So if you take a look inside, it's got these straps here on that you would it's a little big, straps that you would hook the bottom of your laptop to and then hook the top of your screen to.
Right.
And then when you want to have your laptop, you just go, erk.
Well, the thing about this, and I really do like this design, I think it's very innovative. I like the padding on the case. I think that it's got a good amount of thickness, which makes you feel secure having your laptop in here and kind of knocking it around a little bit if you have to. What I did find, though, is that it was very hard to get the laptop in and out of this case. I think in instances where maybe you're at the airport trying to get through security, you might have a little bit of a stall or delay trying to get through that. Also, I found the zippers to be a little tight, and it could be that it's just this one that we looked at here. I found it to be just a little bit snug on the zipping part. Other than that, though, I really do think it's a great case. I wish the design would just be a little bit, maybe designed just a little bit differently, so the ease of use and getting it in and out was my only real complaint with this case.
Right.
So.
And the only thing that bothered me about this was that with my laptop in here, through these Velcro straps, these straps happen to be right where the closing clips are.
Right.
So my lid would not stay closed.
Now, that didn't happen on mine, so I think it depends on where your laptop closes at and, you know, the design of the way these straps are. So,
right.
So I guess you probably want to try it with your laptop first.
Yeah, try with your laptop, or maybe you just don't, maybe you're not worried about where your laptop's going to close. Do we have one more?
We do. We have one
more to look at?
This is basically the same kind of case.
Also by Textile, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Also by Textile.
You gotta love the colors.
Right.
Better than your boring black laptop cases.
See, of course, well, I would go with like pink and blue or something like that. But as you know, this is your. I do like that color though. The earth tones are nice.
I'm happy with the earth tones.
Same style right here on this one. It's just designed for a smaller computer, so it's basically the same. These are very lightweight, by the way.
And this one is like, apparently it's got this frame built in that you can put like 800 pounds of weight on or something. It wasn't 800 pounds, but, you know, I mean, you can't squeeze that. You can't crush it.
Oh, wow. Did the other one not have that? I didn't even notice.
No, yeah, the other one doesn't. The other one I can crush.
Okay,
I can squeeze it.
So maybe that's, you know, with the, can you order this in a bigger size as well?
I don't know. This is what we're saying. I think the bigger one looks like that. I think this one is for the baby computers.
Right. That's great. So that makes you feel extra secure, except...
Go take a look at the website at radtech.com and you'll see whether you can order a bigger one. I'm not 100% sure.
Right. The only part of that, what I would say in design would be, okay, that's great as far as the sides are concerned, but anything can hit it really in the center.
Sure. I mean, it's not going to stop a bullet, obviously.
Well, or something really heavy going on top, really.
Right. Like, you know what could happen is, you know, your water bottle could break off of your D-ring and land smack right down in the front of your laptop.
Only in Ben's world. You know?
I have nightmares like that.
Oh, Ben, you need to get another job. Got too much time on your hands. So anyway, but these are nice cases. I have to say they feel very quality.
Yes, I like them as well. And you know, I would say that if you're, I got to tell you, I wouldn't buy this laptop case for mine because you're right, getting it in and out is not that much. But if you're going to use it, I guess if you're going to be leaving it in for a long time, it's probably you know, you're not going to be taking it in and out. It's probably a good case to have. But I love that backpack.
Right.
I really enjoy the backpack.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would highly recommend that. It's just nice. And this is not the only backpack they sell. They have other backpack lines that are on there. And get that cell phone pocket on the front strap, and I'm a happy guy.
Yep. Very high quality products, I think, for the most part. A couple of different design ideas that we had might improve, maybe for us. So I look forward to maybe seeing what they come up with next.
I'm looking forward to seeing their next line.
So I'm going to give Textile are we going to just review the products in general, all three?
Sure.
4 or 5. Okay, so in general, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. I think that they do have a good design. I like how the backpack got all the pockets. I do like the laptop design. The only problems I had, like we said, was just getting it in and out, and the zipper was a little tight. And that was it. So 4 out of 5 for me. Yeah, 4
out of 5 for me as well. You know, once again, the cases are well built. They're reasonably priced. I don't know if you've seen some of the cases, the brand name ones. You know, $100, $200.
It's ridiculous.
Very
Absolutely
expensive.
ridiculous.
I still buy them. But
yeah, right.
I can't help it.
You've got to sell some. Put them on
I need
eBay.
to go to Cases Anonymous or something, you know, like some sort of thing, because I have a lot of cases. But no, they work well. A couple of little quibbles, but other than that, you're right. So that's 4 out of 5 for Tiffany, 4 out of 5 for me, for Radtech. Really great cases, 8 out of 10.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. And we'll be right back. Are you looking to step up to the next level of HD video editing? Did you think that real-time HD editing solutions were out of your reach? If so, it's time to take a look at the Matrix Axio LE real-time editing platform, available at a breakthrough price. It features no render, HD, and SD finishing in compressed and uncompressed formats, superior real-time color correction tools, advanced real-time effects, and a full complement of analog and digital audio and video inputs and outputs, all at a price point that puts it within the reach of any video studio. Find out more today at www.matrox.com/video.
And welcome back to Neophyte.tv. Steve Wozniak. Do you know who Steve Wozniak is?
No, but I bet you're going to tell me,
No.
Ben.
Do you know who Steve Jobs is?
No.
Steve Jobs, Apple Computer. You've
Steve
heard-
Jobs.
Right.
Okay.
So Steve Wozniak
Smart.
was Steve Jobs' partner back in the day, and the two of them are the ones that created the Apple Computer.
Right.
Why do I bring up Steve
History?
Wozniak?
History's good.
A good little history lesson. Thank you very much. Steve Wozniak is a huge Segway fan. Now, do you know what the Segway is?
Absolutely.
Yes, a lot of people, anyone
Wow.
who's like been into gadgets at all, sees that two-wheel balancing scooter that's been very
Right.
popular called the Segway. I love the Segway. We rented one during a trade show that we did a year ago, and I got to ride it around the trade show floor, which is way better than walking around some of these
Right.
huge trade show floors. If you're going to CES or any of those big trade shows, rent a Segway.
You can really rent them,
You
huh?
can rent them, yeah. You can rent them. I think it was like $100 a day.
What kind of like liability waiver do they have you sign?
God knows. I don't know. It was
You
about
read,
8 pages
You didn't
worth.
read the fine print?
Never read the fine print. How many people read the fine
You
print?
get liability insurance on a Segway.
Yes, you probably do. I don't think my auto insurance covers
Right.
it, but
It's
anyway,
excluded.
the problem with the Segway. What's the biggest problem with the Segway?
You can't ride it off-road.
That's the problem. It's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is the price.
Oh, okay.
Do you know
They're about 4,000.
Yeah, about $4,000 bucks.
They're very expensive.
They are very, very
Do you
expensive.
think they're worth $4,000 though?
Well, you know,
How
I
well is
did.
it made?
I did until this next product that we're looking at today, which is the Zappy 3 electric scooter.
It's fun. Yeah.
This is not a Segway. It's not as good as a Segway. It's not as nice as it's not built as well as a Segway.
Right.
But it's $500.
Right.
You could buy 8 of these Zappy scooters for the price of one Segway. And if you're looking for something to get you around that kind of looks like a Segway, maybe doesn't have that cool balancing, because this doesn't have that balancing feature. It has 3 wheels.
Right. Which helps with stability.
Helps with stability. Doesn't have that cool 2-wheel balancing thing.
I went out and tried it, folks, in 3.5-inch heels, and I didn't have any problems with balance, so it's very stable.
What did you think?
I loved it. Yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah, no, I thought it was fun. I think it was fast.
It goes about 15 miles an hour.
Yeah, it was fast. The braking system worked great. It was easy to turn around in it. It's, for getting around, I wouldn't so much worry about it maybe right now unless I was going to a big trade show or convention or something where I really had a lot of ground to cover. But as if I get a little older and I had a little achiness going on, I'm sure that I'd be more than happy to hop on it.
Yeah, and one thing you can also get, I don't think I told you this, you can get a seat option
I wonder if
for
you
it.
could take that through the airport. I wouldn't miss a flight.
I don't think you could take it on your plane, but you could rent them. If you could rent them at like the terminal when you get onto the airport, and
Right.
then like give them back at the end, like the cards, I think it'd be great. I took this out with my little 3-year-old. I had her stand and hold like the front bar,
Right.
and then I stood on the back. She just loved it.
Oh, I bet she did.
Oh, I had a
bet she
great
did,
time.
Yeah.
Now, they're actually, I could see some benefits over the Segway.
What about with kids? You think you like teenage kids, like preteen before they're driving instead of the bike,
Yeah, electric vehicles, like this, it's cool, but,
Right.
I
think it'd be safe for them to go out there and...
I think it'd be safe.
Yeah.
I have
they
no
stay on the
issues.
sidewalks, right?
Do you wear a helmet when you ride this thing?
No.
I don't wear a helmet.
I wear a helmet for almost anything.
I'm about to say, I'm not a
The
big helmet wearer
No, me
in
neither.
general. I'd rather just not. My wife wants to make the kids wear helmets just so the neighbors don't think we're bad parents.
Right. It's all about how you look, right?
Isn't that what
Right,
everyone
sweetie?
does? Yeah, I didn't ride a helmet growing up, and I wonder if my kids, once they're adults and they have kids,
We
you're going
didn't
to need
have-
a helmet to walk.
we
you
would
want
be-
to cross the street, got to wear a
We
helmet.
may be aging ourselves, but I didn't think. Did you have a seatbelt growing up? I don't even remember. I barely remember being
I remember
strapped in with a seatbelt.
Right, crawling around on the floor of the
Exactly.
car, the
Of the-
station wagon that my dad drove.
That's exactly what we had too. It was a station wagon, and its name was Betsy.
Wait a second, you named your station wagon?
My mom did. She called it Betsy.
Betsy the station wagon.
Betsy was a station wagon. We crawled around all over the place with no seatbelts.
Well, I was...
Anyway, We're still here.
I was driving
right.
Frank the scooter this morning, and I was having a great time with it. My kids loved it. It has a couple of things that are almost better than the Segway in that...
Other than the price?
Other than the price. Price is huge. But, you know, on the Segway, I had a friend of mine was riding it at the same trade show, and for some reason we couldn't figure out why. The power cut out instantly.
Oh.
You know what happens when the power cuts out on a Segway?
Right. Oh, it falls forward?
Or backwards, or wherever you... I mean, it's only 2 wheels, right?
Oh my
so
God.
you instantly basically fall off. And he was okay, but we never found out why. The batteries weren't low, or there was just some software glitch or something, and it fell off. Now, with this thing, let's say the power does cut out on you.
Right.
You've got 3 wheels,
right.
so you're standing up, and the brake on it still works. It's just a regular manual...
Right, the brake is manual.
It's not like the Segway where it speeds up with the motor and slows down with the motor.
I thought the Segways were more designed, and correct me if I'm wrong, I thought the Segways were more designed for people who had, you know, harder times walking or getting around.
No, the Segways are designed for people who have money to burn.
Oh, I see.
Steve Wozniak. So Steve Wozniak, he plays Segway Polo every week. I'm going to see if I can find a couple of photos of Steve Wozniak playing Segway Polo. Him and his other friends that can afford Segways, like 8 of them get together, and they play polo. Instead of horses, they use Segways.
Oh, that is so funny.
I'll put up some pictures.
Yeah, I have to see that.
Yeah, definitely. And it's neat. So this is much, much cheaper. You know, I can't justify the Segway as much as I would love it.
You know, the only other thing I've seen that has been close to that is Sharper Image had this electric bike for about $1,000.
Even that's reasonable compared to a Segway.
Yeah, and it was reasonable, and it was. I kind of have a little bit of a moral issue with though, and that is if it's you know, if you've got a long ways to go, I don't know. I'm just such a firm believer in still getting exercise. You know,
yes.
I'd rather put my kids on a bike than put them on a scooter, just for me. And right now, this time in my life, I'd rather walk than ride.
Well, so
but that's me.
You know, take this to the gym where I used to drive. I'll now take the Zappy.
Well,
now, so it's better because I'm saving the environment, kind of, sort of, or whatever. But
yeah, that's true.
You're
that's
right.
True.
If I'm going to the gym, why not ride the bike?
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
That's maybe a better idea. Mind you, it gets very hot riding a bike here in Arizona.
Absolutely.
And mind you, it gets hot on the Zappy, but at least you're going a little faster. The wind. At least the way I ride a bike, going a little faster. Okay, this has gotten way too personal.
Right.
Listen, I tell you, the only issue that I found with this Zappy, the only thing I found wrong with it was where the handlebar fits into the base was a little loose. And no matter how much I tightened those nuts and bolts, I couldn't get it to stop.
I did notice that.
Stop rattling a bit. But to be honest, at least for me, that's not enough to take a point off. I would still give this 5 out of 5. I think it's a fantastic price for $500. I think if you want a Segway cheap, I think this is the best way to go.
Right. I really do have to agree that it's a good product. The only other thing I was going to mention was the battery life. Is that it says that it goes 12 miles, and I think we got 6 or 8 miles out of it. So, and I understand too, the manufacturer says it has to charge in a couple of times as well.
Cycle it a few times.
Yeah, something like that. So as long as especially for 12 miles, I mean that really is a very fair price for what it does. So I'm gonna have to give it a 5 out of 5 as well. I know that never happens.
That's our first 10. Have we ever given anything a 10 before?
I don't think so.
Well, mark this episode down because we've just given our first 10 out of 10.
The price just makes everything else that may not be perfect, it makes it just seem so insignificant.
Yeah, and other than that loose thing, I couldn't find anything else that didn't live up to basically exactly what this product said.
So I guess we're giving it a 10. Yeah, 10 out of 10.
5 out of 5 for me, 5 out of 5 tip. That's 10 out of 10 for the Zappy 3 electric scooter. What a fun product.
Yeah, it's absolutely great. We'll be right back.
The last few years has seen a proliferation of handheld devices, from cell phones to PDAs to iPods. Yet our clothing has not kept up with this technological advancement, until now. The technology-enabled clothing system from Scott eVest utilizes a patented, hidden personal area network to free users from the tangled wires of cell phone earbuds, CD or MP3 headsets, digital phone cards, battery extenders, and so on. Match this with specially designed pockets that let you carry your gear without visible bulk, and you've got a garment made for today's high-tech lifestyle. Visit their website to see the full line of stylish clothing for the technologically advanced at www.scottevest.com.
Welcome back to Neophyte.tv. In our next product segment, we're going to talk about the System Mechanics 6, which is Iola, IOLO.com.
Iola?
Is it Iola?
Iolo.
Iolo?
Iolo.
IOLO.com.
IOLO.com. That's the name of the company.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what I found is I actually installed this product about a week ago, and they do give you a 30-day trial offer, which is great. You have a chance to really check out the system before you buy anything, or put in your credit card information, or put in your email address, which I thought was fantastic because I hate being spammed to death. Just for giving a product a trial run.
You know, just as an aside, that is the way to go for software these days, don't you think?
Oh,
don't buy
absolutely.
anything that doesn't have a free trial.
Absolutely.
I mean,
not.
there are ones that will like promise you your money back if you want
Right.
it back, or you can go to Costco and like buy the thing in a box and
Right.
then you can return it to Costco.
I mean,
guess.
what's
but
really
I love
the
this
cost?
free trial.
What's the cost to the software provider to download it for free? I mean, if they're confident about their product, I wouldn't.
The only problem is that you only need it once or twice or something, and then you're not
Right.
going to use it anymore, or you're going to find some crack for it because they have to put the full version up.
Right.
So the full version's up. Somebody can come along and crack that, code that stops it working after 30 days,
Right.
and now you've got the full software. Not that we'd ever do that.
Right.
Not that we would ever
Not that they
find
would
a crack.
specifically ever do that.
Right. The other thing is some of the times what I also like about the Iola software is it's the full version trial. It's not one of these ones where you download the trial, you can only do 3 things.
Right. This one does. It's the whole program.
Yeah.
Which was really
Go on.
nice. But you have to use the whole program in order to really see what this program does.
That's true.
So I installed it. Didn't take very long to install. And what I did like about it is that it really does check your whole system in with one click. It does take time. My computer.
Wait. It takes time?
It takes a lot of time.
A lot of time?
I'm not sure exactly how much time it took because I walked away and
Hours!
came back the next day.
You came back the next day?
Well, it said 25% for so long. I walked away for a while, and it was checking PC speed or something like that, and it was at 25% forever. I actually thought my computer froze.
I exactly the same thing. I had to shut down and restart this because the first 2 times I ran this, I thought my computer had hung up
But you
on
have to
me.
look at the blinking LED light. You know when you look at your system and you go, okay, is it frozen or not? But if you look at your little blinking LED light,
like a hard drive light or
whatever
something?
that thing is, yeah, the little light, and it's blinking and doing things. That
little light.
Accuse me to think that it's probably still doing something. So.
Even after a while, I didn't even notice my hard drive light blinking. So maybe I don't know. Wait a second. Yeah, no.
No,
didn't see
mine
it.
was still going. At least when
Right.
I walked away the first, second, or third time.
Because you're right, it stayed on 25% for a long time. It would be
Right.
great if they broke that up so that you could actually see some progress being made.
Right, that would be nice. Or it says to you, could take a day. Check back this time tomorrow, something like that. And
Go
then,
on, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's okay. And then I had to restart the system a few times. But keep in mind too, it's checking your entire system, all your data, and it depends on how old your computer is too. When the last time is that you did a defrag or a system system mechanic kind of maintenance on your
Right.
Last time you did a spyware update. Last time you did your Norton screen, which of course should be every day. But I did like the fact that I felt secure once it was done, and I did the reboot, even if it took a day. I felt secure in the fact that the whole system was in fact checked.
Sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead.
We didn't mention it yet, but this is $50. Pretty reasonable price for everything
Yeah.
this software does.
I think so. Yeah.
And it is very, very easy to use. You can do the different kind of maintenance items, but if you want to just do the one-click, do it all, go away, come
Right.
back the next day or a week, if you want to do that, you can do it. You just click on it once and
You walk
boom.
away, right.
Yeah, walk away. So for people who don't want to be bothered with doing a lot of that, here's one problem I had. So I let it go all the way through.
Right.
And it said, okay, your computer is now clean and fast and secure. And then I shut it down. 5 minutes later, the little thing pops up. You need to clean your computer.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So wait a second. You cleaned it 5 minutes ago. Why does it still need cleaning?
Because it was so dirty to begin with, you had to clean it twice.
It's like having to take 2 showers in a row, right? You have to take a shower, get out, get dried off.
Well, it's like you've been
get back in the shower
Just
again.
imagine you've been camping for a year. How many showers do you think it would take? Let's say your system wasn't clean for a year, I mean, that's not so bad.
No, that's true. Did you find it made much of a difference to your system? Was your system super fast afterwards?
I did make a difference. I did notice a difference. But my computer's also pretty new. It's only a couple of months old. So
you know where I saw the biggest difference was in startup time. My startup time,
yes,
it lopped like
20
20 seconds off how much time it takes to start up my computer. So
I've got a dual-core processor as well. And I thought that if I was running the System Mechanic that I could run that as well as do something else. No.
No, because I think a lot of it is hard drive stuff.
Yeah, but I thought it might, do, since it's dual core,
You
I thought
have
it might
dual hard drives, maybe?
Right, I thought it might just clean one while I was working on the other, and then a perfect world for me, of course.
Wait a second, your laptop does have dual hard drives.
Yeah. But
so,
it wouldn't let me.
No.
Yeah, I tried to do
I was trying to make a veiled insult there, and dual core, dual hard drive. But you do have two hard drives.
I do. I know what I'm talking about sometimes, Pat. Imagine that.
Because I've been put in my place. I'll be over here.
So anyway, I thought it was a pretty good product. So other than that, $50, free trial, and because it does so much, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Which and not because I don't think it's worth. Well, obviously it is because I don't think it's worth 4 out of 5.
Right.
But just the speed at which it runs at, and then the fact that it comes back and tells you again you still need to clean up your system.
Right.
I'd rather just stay in the shower twice as long. Why get out and dry off? Why not just, if you're going to take a 5-minute shower, just make it a 10-minute shower, and you'll get that clean.
Well,
if
maybe
you're going to be so to carry your analogy forwards. Okay, this is like you took a shower for 4 weeks. You're in the shower for 4 weeks. You get out of the shower. Okay, assuming you have enough hot water, and it says, I need to get right back in the shower again.
Well, maybe you need to dry off and get back in again. Maybe the dry off part was a vital process of the whole cleansing experience.
3 out of 5. I give it a 3 out of 5.
4 out of
5. That's 4 out of 5 for Tiffany, 3 out of 5 for me. That's a grand total of 7 out of 10 for System Mechanic 6 by Iolo Software.
And we'll be right back. Studio One Productions has been a leading source of high-quality audio and video equipment for the video and film industry since 1993. Whether you're just getting started with video editing and production or you're a seasoned pro, there's no better place to visit to pick up the essentials of quality production. Studio One's easy-to-navigate website makes it easy to shop for monitors, cables, mics, instructional videos, filters, adapters, in fact, everything you need to produce professional quality video. Visit them today at www.studio1productions.com. Welcome back to Neophyte.tv. This is the portion of the show where we answer some of your email questions. And the first question that we have today is, I work outdoors and can't see my screen in the sunlight. Is there any special coding that I can add? And how I would answer that, first off, is by advising that if you have not already bought a computer, to buy a computer with a matte screen. The glossy screen is very, very hard to see outside. The matte screen isn't a lot better, but it is a little better.
Yeah, with that glossy screen, you're done.
There's no way. You can see a reflection of yourself, and that's about it.
I know, that's right. It's like a mirror.
The sunlight,
it's a very expensive mirror.
So no glossy screen if you plan on working outside.
I was doing a little research on the internet when I got this question, and I found this company called CompuShade.com.
Right.
And they sell for $30, which is either good or bad depending on whether you like the product. They sell this, and I don't have it installed properly on my laptop, but they sell this sort of screen protector here that, if you can see it, thank you, it goes on your laptop. It'll fold up and sit on the back, but when you want to work outside, you can unfold this, and it kind of shades your laptop. I don't know if you can see that real well.
So I would say, when I think of people working outside, I think of myself in college. And I did a lot of work outside, sitting on a picnic bench.
Cheerleading does not count.
So, anyway, as I was saying, when I would work outside on campus,
yes,
on, say, trigonometry or,
And you had a laptop
right.
back then? I know it's not a long time ago, but you know what I'm saying. Did you have a laptop?
Why is he picking on me?
Don't tell us your course descriptions. Let's just get through the email.
Whatever. I am simply making a point, which is that I didn't just do cheerleading in college.
Okay, that's the point.
Anyway.
Buy a matte screen, and she didn't just do cheerleading in college.
He's picking on me.
Can we move on?
Go ahead.
Okay.
So go ahead. Tell us about the CompuShade.
Oh, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. It's
okay.
$30 and CompuShade.com, and I think it's pretty good, but, you know, it's a cheap solution if you need to shade your laptop.
Okay, all right. Next question.
Next question. Our next question actually comes to us via our audio voice link system, where you can actually go and send us questions or comments or what have you using your computer's microphone. So
Which we love.
Yes.
Yeah,
so let's take a listen.
Hi, Ben and Tiffany. I would just like to let you know that you're missing ID3 tags from your file. The ID3 tag is very important so that the listeners can find your show in their players. Without ID3 tags, most players don't even show a audio file in the player, just like my Creative Zen does not. And that means I have to edit the tags myself, and with listening to more than 40 podcasts, I just don't have the time to do that. Looking forward to the next episode. Thank you.
It's a little bit like the voice of God, don't you think? It's just coming down from on high.
It sounds like it.
So, to answer your question, yeah, I mean, he's completely right. We have not, up until this point, being as new at this as we are, we have not put any voicemail, we have not put any ID3 tags on our MP3 files.
Must have been cheerleading in college.
That's right, sorry. So
You're too busy to learn how to do that, Ben.
I'm not going to live that one down. Anyway, simple answer to this question. You're right. We are going to now start putting ID3 tags on all of our MP3 files so that when you use them in iTunes or you open them up in any of your programs, it's got our name, it's got our album art, as they talk about it, and it's got all of that stuff on.
No extra work for you.
Yes, no extra work typing in those files. It'll be much, much easier.
Exactly.
So, sorry about that. And that is all fixed. And as we get better at doing this, we learn, and we're going to strive to make it the best show we can.
Absolutely.
That's all the time we have for Neophyte.tv this week. Don't forget to go to our website, www.neo-fight.tv, to bookmark and subscribe to the show and to send us email and to leave us audio-type links. And that's all the time we have for this week.
Thanks for watching, folks. Have a wonderful afternoon.
See you next week.